Welcome to NIBM Global webinar on the topic Digital Supply Chain Management. We have heard about the term supply chain management. It is similar to all of us. At least those who know about logistics or those who have studied about logistics part or say operations part, they are familiar with the term supply chain management. So how is supply chain management related digitally, or what is the new concept called digital supply chain management? That is what we are going to see about today. So first of all, what is supply chain management? Have a introduction about what is the basic concept about supply chain management. Supply chain management in yesteryears, it was like only people were thinking only about logistics part, that is transportation from one part of products from one part to another. It was said as supply chain management, but nowadays the concept of supply chain management has changed, and it is actually starting from the design of the product. That is, when a product is designed from the R&D department of a company or a manufacturing firm, the stages of supply chain management starts from there. Then coming to the production process. After the production, it is dispatched to the warehousing, and from the warehousing it is distributed, or the marketing team takes up the distribution and it distributes to the various networks or various places where in which it is being dispatched. So what is a supply chain nowadays? Nowadays, supply chain management is dealt as the management from the initial design of a product in a manufacturing to the end stage wherein which the product received to the consumer. That entire chain is what is called as supply chain management. So when we are talking about supply chain management, we have to go to an organization. When we are going to an organization, we can see typically lot of processes. Lot of processes means lot of departments. Say marketing department, finance department, HR department, production department, R&D department. So these kinds of departments we can see inside a company. So these different departments come under different levels of this supply chain management. And when we talk about supply chain management, these departmental activities can be classified as business processes. The entire activities inside a company is called as or different activities are called as business processes. And when we digitize or when we collaborate technology with these activities, it is termed as digital supply chain management. For example, I will say some terms regarding digital supply chain management. Typically, what we have studied typically in supply chain management, it is connected or it is cooperated with the technology part, like digital transportation and logistics, digital process manufacturing, then comes digital dispatching, then comes digital path to purchase process. So when all the business processes are accompanied with the help of technology, we say it as a digital supply chain management. That is all about the introduction of digital supply chain management. So how to introduce digital supply chain management inside a company? There are different stages in which this typical digital supply chain management should be incorporated in a company. We cannot say all of a sudden in a night we cannot transform a company into a T organization, or T organization means technology firm organization. It is not possible. So there are different stages in which a company can be converted into a digital, converted into the process of digital supply chain management. So what is the first stage? What can be done? For if I am taking an example of a company in which all the supply chain management is dealt conventionally, how can we convert? That is the first question. So the first step in which to convert the company, the first initial step is to find whatever technology is feasible for that company. So for example, we have lot of ERP consultants, or a lot of companies like SAP or Microsoft, or we have PeopleSoft and BAN, JD Edwards, etc. That those kinds of companies which can digitalize or which can incorporate ERP in companies. But it is not possible to incorporate all these companies. First of all, we have to know the organization has to know about the limitations of the organization, the strength, SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunities and threats of that particular organization should be studied, and accordingly whichever tool is suitable for that particular a particular organization should be selected. ERP is a vast term, so when we are talking about ERP, a particular ERP module may be selected, or a different combinations of modules can be selected, or different kinds of vendors can be selected. That depends entirely on that company, or it is organization specific. So after exploiting about the technology which can be incorporated, it should be selected. To what extent I can incorporate technology in my company, that should be selected. Then maximizing e-commerce in all the operations of my company. E-commerce, you all know, e-commerce is electronic commerce. So maximizing what all ways we can digitize our company is the second step in which digital ICM can be implemented. Then moving on to the next step, that kind of powered network should be incorporated, because when we are going to digitalize our company, it should be supported, it should be technically supported. So if we are having just an normal internet connection, it won't do. So we have to either intranet or extranet or Wi-Fi, whichever is feasible for that company, or which it depends on entirely on the infrastructure of the company and the extent of the company, means branches, etc. So those activities should be found out, which all areas I can implement technology should be found out inside the company, and accordingly the network, that sufficient powerful network should be incorporated inside that company as a next step of making digital supply chain management. So what can be done in the next stage? New forms of analytics should be involved. New forms of analytics means we have predictive analytics or data analytics, in order to have a clear-cut idea about the future of the business activities. What are the things I can put for the future? Forecasting, it can be called as a forecasting activities, should be done in the next stage. And redefining the entire manufacturing process is the next stage of becoming or converting that organization into digital supply chain organization. Redefining means that company is currently what they are using, it should be changed according to the digital, what are the needs. The previous step, till we have completed 4 steps. So till the 4th step, what are the changes, how it can be incorporated in the manufacturing process so as to redefine the manufacturing process to convert it digitally is the next question which is arised. Then redefining manufacturing. When I am talking about redefining manufacturing process, there are a lot of new trends in manufacturing, like lean kind of manufacturing, just-in-time manufacturing, whichever is suitable for my company, or say Kaizen manufacturing. Lot of ideologies are there. So according to the type of company in which, or according to the type of industry in which my company belongs, or according to the type of company, I should specifically take that or adopt that manufacturing process, so that it is matched up with the technology which I have already selected. Okay, so that is the stages, different stages in which I can go for a digitalization in my company. So if I am adopting digitalization, what are the things additionally I have to do? Not only inside the company, I should digitalize or make a digital supply chain management to my nearby environment also. Nearby environment means with the customers, relationship with the customers, relationship with the suppliers. The suppliers should be shared with the, say, ERP component, in order to have a information sharing between the supplier and the organization, so that online procurement can be done. So if my raw materials are out of stock, I can digitally or online, through online I can order. Online I can purchase. That procurement model is termed as e-procurement model. Those e-procurement model should be accommodated. Plus what should I do is, I should give a space for my customers also to interact with the organization or my clients, and not only the end consumers but also my clients. It may be business to business. So I should also accommodate the business point or my clients also in the digital supply chain management. So the entire chain in which I involve the customers, supply chain, suppliers, vendors, and the entire designing to the end consumers. When I incorporate in a digital digital form, it is called as digital supply chain management. Thank you.